everyone.
Hey.
We're back. And we apparently got the memo that you're supposed to wear polka dots today.
So, hope you're wearing your dots.
Yeah. So welcome back to the Yarn Mews. I'm Laura.
I'm Cecilia.
And we're in Three Kittens Needle Arts, and we're gonna just talk about stuff.
Yeah. We got things to say.
I actually brought my list today of what to talk about. See?
Look at you.
Yeah. All right. So we had somebody,
Kelabel MN on Ravelry, wrote us a little note. In our group, I put a little thing about our vlog, and I said, hey, if there's anything you want us to discuss, make a note here, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
If we choose to. You know, there's stuff we probably won't talk about.
Yeah, those.
But
yeah, never mind. I can't say
we
that.
don't know. Actually, we don't know what we wouldn't talk about. So, but she wanted to know what tools we find the most valuable in our knit kit. And so we're going to talk a little bit about tools in our knit kit, I guess.
Well, you go first, because I'm
all right.
untangling myself here.
Well, that might take a while. So I have a lot of little things I carry around various places. Some sit at next to my chair. This is my thing from my purse, because everyone should have knitting gear in their purse. And
I don't. But that's not a bad idea.
No, I always.
So that never comes open in your purse?
No. It has a little latch.
Yeah.
They're like the ones we sell here.
Yeah, we sell little blue ones here. We call these Barbie suitcases, by the way, because
they look like the suitcase Barbie would carry behind her at the airport.
Yeah, a little rollerboard.
So, but I realized the thing I have the most is stitch markers, because I love stitch markers. So I thought I'd talk just a little bit about the different types of stitch markers I have and what I use them for. Oh, and you should always have one of these. It's a pencil from IKEA. You go to IKEA, they have them sitting there to write down what you're going to go pick up, and just take them. Or if you golf, I guess they're the same as those.
Yeah.
But it will fit inside this, so you can always have a pencil.
But no eraser.
I don't ever make mistakes, so it doesn't
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
So I have these type of stitch markers, which are ones we sell here that are made by Elves, which is my coworker Shelley. And these are my fancy ones that I use usually at the beginning of a round. So, because I like to be able to feel when I'm coming up to the end.
Makes sense.
Yep. And then I also really like these ones. Oh, no, that's got a dangly thing on it. I have lots of things.
So I think when you hold those things up, you should probably hold them a
closer.
little closer.
Oh my goodness.
Because,
people can't see.
We're kind of far away from the camera.
All right, so I have these little round ones that are just...
you really can't see that. Here, let's do this.
Here. Bah.
Yeah. Put it behind the paper, in front of the paper.
You can't see that.
Okay, well, never mind.
Bah. There. It's a jump ring with a bead on it. And there's a couple different types of those you can buy. We don't currently have any, but if you're interested, we could bring them in. I like those just for marking pattern areas, so if I'm working on a stitch pattern. I also like to use, oh my god, I have so many, sorry.
And when she's done with hers, I'll show you my stitcher markers that I like.
Okay. I also like to use these little rubbery O-ring ones. And there, I dropped one. I like those because they slip easily from one needle to the other. And then I have the diaper pin kind. These are just
locking stitch markers.
Locking stitch markers.
Go a little closer.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
And those are good for when I'm working on double points at the beginning of the round.
Or if you're a crocheter.
Or a crocheter. Which
crocheters need those locking stitch markers.
Yes, I am sadly not a crocheter, as I can't remember how the stitches go. But then we had brought these in, and no one seemed much interested in them, so I bought a set. And these are the bee's knees. So if you watch this and you're like, hey, I'd like to try those, tell me, I'll bring them back in. All right, they look like your standard, you know, diaper pin thing, but they got a quick release.
Oh, nice.
So when I'm casting on 1 billion stitches,
Yeah.
because I am incapable of counting and casting on at the same time.
You mean like that cowl I just had you knit?
Yes, like that one with the 400 plus stitches.
No, I think it was 398, but
Oh, sorry.
close.
So, and as I can't keep track of counting past 50, I will count, after I cast on a whole bunch, I'll count to 50, and then I put one of these in there, lock it down. But then when I go to, you know, I got all my stitches, I go to pull them out, I just need to tug on it. It comes right off.
Nice.
And it is the best. I love them. So,
I like that.
I think they're awesome.
So is that all your stitch markers?
Well,
Because if it's not, I mean, if it is, then I'm going to pull up my stitch markers, my favorites,
sure.
and talk about why I like them.
One more thing to show.
Okay.
This is a little contraption that I saw in Ravelry.
Okay.
Is it what, yours?
Yeah, except I make mine.
Yeah, I made this too.
But I
You
but I
made
make
yours
mine
probably
out of
nicer.
yarn. No, mine's like less nice, but tell how it works.
Okay, it on Ravelry they called it a fish. I don't know if that's right or not. But basically, if you have, this is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of your pattern stitch, and then you just go from one to the next until you get to the end, and then that's how many. Then you start repeats, and then you start over at the top again.
Yeah.
I just made this with little rings from Joann's, just jump rings.
So I do the same thing with a piece of yarn. So there's my piece of yarn. It's, hold on, get my knitting out of the way. It's got knots in it, and then a loop at the top, and then just ends at the end. So you do the same thing. The one with the loop is where you do whatever you need to do, like cross your cable, and then you just go down each time, each row. When you come to it, you move it down until you get to the end, and you go, oh, next row, I got to do my cable again. And so you just take a long piece of yarn, fold it in half, and put in one less knot per holes that you need. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I guess I'm wrong. It's not one less. It's the same amount. I thought it was one less, but anyway, you can figure it out. It's not that hard. This is the bomb. I love this thing. I have probably.
Do you use cotton then?
I use anything I can put my hands on. I have 1, 2,
you never get any
3.
felting issues?
Nope.
Nice.
4, 5, 6. Wait, I see one more. 7 of these in my little Notions bag, all different lengths. So, or have different numbers of holes. But anyway, I said I would show you the stitch markers that I like the best. And these are the ones that I will search for to find. I mean, I have some nice fancy ones, like Cecilia has too. I just hardly ever use them. Although, probably at the beginning of the round as well.
Yeah.
Those bigger ones that are different. But these are my favorite. They're shaped like little triangles. And why do I like these? Because they're so easy to get my needle into. The triangle bit sticks up above your needle a little bit, and so it's easy to stick your needle in there. I find with those little circular ones, like the ones that you showed, that they go flying all the time. You know, I'm trying to get it, and then, oh,
wow,
where'd it go? So I like these ones. Those are my faves. What else do you have in your Notions kit?
I have, let's see, more stitch markers. I have this little folding scissors.
Those are nice.
I have many of those in various places. I always have some tapestry needles. In this one, I have straight ones, which, because this is my purse one, I normally don't.
They can't see that. You're too far.
All right, it's a tapestry needle, and it's straight instead of bent. They're not going to see it anyway.
Okay.
Sorry. And so that's why. And then I have my little metal thing that I use for
What do
my.
you use that for?
It's for my interchangeable
Oh,
needles.
okay. Yeah, I have the
To
Addy
lock.
clips, so
Yeah.
I don't have to have that.
I don't like Addies, so
Addies. Okay, so at some point we'll talk about knitting needles.
Yes.
We'll talk about all the knitting needles we have. But I'm just going to say it out here right now. I'm an Addy addict. I love Addy needles. I will use them for
I am not.
almost anything. Except
And then
they don't have 9-inch ones like these. These are Hiya-Hiyas, so I have to use something different.
swish, swish.
I know, right?
And then I also have a cable needle. I generally have one of those around with me at some point. I love little cable. That's not my favorite cable needle, but
What's your favorite?
My favorite are the wood ones, like the Britneys. I'll go grab some. Hold on.
That have the little indent in them, kind of
Yeah,
thing?
they're not so indented.
Okay, while she's doing that, I will show you. I don't have a cable needle in here. I don't love doing cables. It's not my thing. I do have cable needles. I think it's in the little, I have a little basket of stuff right by my knitting area. And I like the U-shaped ones.
So the ones I like are these Britneys. You can see here, it's a little thicker here and a little thinner in the middle. They come in 3 different sizes. So I actually have the Britneys, and then I have another set of wooden ones that are darker than this, which I don't know where I got them.
Lantern Moon by any chance?
Uh,
Ebony ones?
I don't think so.
No?
I am 100% not sure where they came from, but I do like them.
But they work.
So wherever they came from, thank you.
All right. Well, I'll show you
Yeah, you bet.
other things that I've got. I always have a needle gauge. I love this one. On one side it's millimeters, on the other side it's US. And it's a sheet.
I don't carry mine with me.
You know, I have them all over the place. I have all sorts of packages of stitch markers. Here's another type of stitch marker that Cecilia didn't talk about. These are good, I find, also for crocheters. They're little, I don't even know how to describe them. They're like a circle with an opening,
Yeah.
but I don't use those that often, but they're kind of fun to have and convenient sometimes. Like if you're counting how many rows you did, you could put 1 in each row until you not in each row, every 10 rows or something like that. You want to do 1 in each row, that would be a lot of
That
stitch
would be a lot of
markers.
stitch markers.
Well,
But if you want to do
it depends on
that,
how many rows
you
you've got,
can,
right?
yes.
If it's only 5 rows
It's-
and super bulky yarn, it's only 5 stitch markers.
That's right.
All right, highlighter tape. This stuff is great. So if you're working on a chart and you want to know which row you're on, you just take a piece of this highlighter tape and you put it underneath your, you put it underneath your, the row that you're working on, or right on the row that you're working on. People have different methods. And then you can just pick it up and move it to the next one. It's great. You can also do that with just a written pattern if you are confused where you're at. It's the bomb.
See, and I don't use it. I use this fine product from 3M. It's called a Post-it. But these are full adhesive on the back, so they stay better.
Yeah.
And plus, it gives me a place to write my little scritches.
Oh, so you do that. See, I don't do that. I use a row counter. Row counters are great. You just click on that.
I have many row counters, but I find that this makes me, because it's here.
Makes you happier.
Well, I remember to do it. Because with those, I'll just be tooling along, and I'll
If
be
I
like,
don't have a pencil around, I'm like,
I
know you do, but I
always
don't.
have a pencil around because I carry one with me.
I'm just trying to see what else I've got in this little bag. I mean, this is not my only notions thing, but this is what I throw in my suitcase when I'm traveling.
You have tape measure in there, you see.
I do have a tape measure in there. I mean, you know, I'm not going to show that. I have a little, this is actually a little knitting needle, but it comes in handy if I have to do a cable and I don't have a cable nearby. You know what neither of us have in our tool bag is the, I don't know what they're called. Those fix-it things, those, you know.
Yeah.
What are they called?
They're called fix-its.
Are they?
I think so. Fix-a-stitch or something.
Yeah, fix-a-stitch, that's it. Those are great.
Yeah.
They have a little pointy, no, I'm sorry, they don't. Or the handy tool.
Handy tool has
Either
the pointy one. Yeah.
Here, I'll go grab those. Cecilia can tell you something else while I'm grabbing them.
Well, let's see. I also love little pouches. Anyone who knows me knows this, because people, Laura will come and be like, do you think people buy these little pouches? I'm like, yeah, I pay any amount for a pouch, but I'm not the person to ask, because I have a problem. And one of my favorite little pouches is this. We can't sell them in the store because they don't wholesale. It's from a place in California called Chicken Boots. And this is their stitch marker holder. They have a whole bunch of different bags, of which I have many. But it is really nice, and it's flat, and so it fits in anywhere. So, yay Chicken Boots.
All right, so this is a handy tool. It's got a little crochet hook on one end and a pointed tip on the other end. So if you drop a stitch, or I don't know what the pointed tip is for. I don't.
Poking it back in.
Yeah, I suppose. Anyway, when Lucy Neeby was here, she saw that we had these and she bought 4 of them. She said, I buy these whenever I see them because they're the best. So there you go, Lucy Neeby.
She's awesome.
And then these are the Fix-A-Stitch. They have a hook on both ends, so if you drop a stitch, it's easy to pick it up. There's instructions inside.
Well, that's really good for if you're doing stockinette, because you can pull through the one way and then pull through the other way and not have to take it out.
Yeah, stockinette or garter stitch?
Stockinette.
I thought it was really good for garter stitch. I don't know, again, I don't use these, but I hear that they're great. So.
No, I just have a little crochet hook sitting
Yeah, me
next
too.
to me.
And if I don't, then I go find a crochet hook.
Yeah,
But.
and I do have little crochet hooks in various bags. I just don't have one of those with me because
Well, there you
it's
go.
not in any of these bags.
All right, so Kelly Bell, who we think is...
We think we know who you are.
Yeah,
but
we think
might
we know who
not.
you are. Anyway, there you go.
Hope that answered your question.
Yeah.
So what's next on the agenda?
Well, I suppose we should talk about Shop Hop.
We
So Shop
should.
Hop was this past weekend, and if
Yes,
you
it
didn't join
was.
us, you missed a fun event. So we have our yarn here that was our specialty yarn for the Hop. It's by Nerd Girl. It's called Valiant. It's a sport weight, 100% blue-face Leicester wool.
Mm-hmm.
It's not one of her normal bases.
So this is for us.
Yeah,
she
so
got
this
this
is
for us.
really special for us. And we had 3 different colorways. Now, first I should say that our the theme of the Shop Hop this year was heroes, and we chose women pioneers, and we chose 3 women that we think are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Nellie Bly, who was a pioneering journalist in the early 1900s.
1800s.
18 to 1900s.
Yes,
Yeah.
she was
Okay.
in both.
Yeah. And Ada Lovelace, who is known as the first computer programmer back in the Victorian age.
Yes.
So, wow.
Yes.
And Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who I don't think needs any introduction, but if you don't know who she is, she's a Supreme Court justice. She's amazing.
And she is fiery, which is
Yes,
what I love.
Yeah. And there's a movie coming out about her in May or June, so keep your eye out on that. But anyway, so this is the Ruth Bader Ginsburg colorway. So Ruth loves to wear a lace collar with her black judicial robe, so that's that one. You want to do another one?
Sure. This one is the Nellie Bly color. It's called Around the World in 72 Days because she actually did that. She had planned it, and then a reporter from Cosmopolitan, which was a competitor, said, we're going to send our lady on there too, and it became a competition, which Nellie Bly won. So, yay.
Yay, Nellie.
But yeah, she did better than Phineas Fogg because he did an 80.
There you go. And then this one's Lovelace. And, oops. And, I don't know what else to say about this other than it's pretty.
It is beautiful.
So I think Cecilia's got all the samples here for
I
the
do.
ones that we made.
So this is the Lovelace done up in a crocheted hat.
Also called Lovelace. So you can't go wrong. Lovelace in Lovelace.
Okay, and this, I wanted to show both because this is the hat with the Ruth Bader Ginsburg Notorious RBG colorway. And this is the cowl. See how different it
So
looks.
that's the knit cowl. This is the crocheted hat.
And this is reversible. Our cowl is reversible.
Yep.
And then this is the Around the World in 72 Days. And it stripes. And I did a little wrister, and that striped too in the same
Hold it a
pattern.
little closer so
Oh
they
my
can see.
goodness, my arms aren't
I
so
know,
long.
Cecilia's just too short for this.
Yeah, sorry. I'll try and grow by next time. And so this yarn is delightful.
Yeah.
And I so loved that Lovelace, even though, I'll be honest with you, this is not normally a color I wear. Everyone knows that this purple, this is my jam. But I love how this look, and all I could think of was like, this would make a great garment. So I have already started a little swatch out of these are the needles I had in my bag, so it's not quite, it's all crammed up on there. Because I'm going to make a vest. You can see knit up how really beautiful that is. Just gorgeous. And I can even show you what I'm thinking of.
Now, I just realized, wow, we're just getting up and down a lot today.
We are.
You know, maybe I can count it as my exercise. Do you think I could not go to group fitness tonight?
Yeah, probably. This
Yeah.
is good enough. It's almost like Pilates. I am thinking of doing this, which is a little vest. And it has just a little cable up here, and then a little...
It does? Let's see. Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
Okay.
It's just a little cable up here, and then in the back, right here, is a little short cable. So it looks sort of like a little gathering.
Yeah, nice.
And it's free on Ravelry. It's called Otley. And that is what that yarn is going to become.
I'll put the name of it on the video for you.
Yes. And so, yeah, I love this yarn. We've discussed the BFL problem, the BFL thing that
What?
I can't do merino. So
Oh, yeah.
BFL is my very favorite fiber.
BFL stands for Blue-Faced Leicester. It's a breed of sheep.
It's a British breed.
Yeah.
So
So the other thing that we should talk about with Shop Hop is, well, first of all, we have some of the yarn left, and the patterns are available too. The patterns are available on Ravelry or here in the store, so either one. And our yarn is available here in the store, or you can buy it online at our website.
yes, and if you buy it online at the website, I will send you a pattern for free. So don't worry about it. It'll be right there in your package.
Yeah. So one of the things that's great about the Shop Hop is that we collect money for the food shelf. Each store picks their own food shelf, so we donate money to the neighborhood house. So people come in and they contribute money during the Shop Hop or buying an Easy Pass, and then I collect all that money, count it up, and take it over to the food shelf. And so on Wednesday, I took over $2,977.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Good job, people.
And 65 pounds of food too.
So-
So yay!
Yes, we're looking at
Yay, all you
$3,000.
hoppers.
Yes, you guys are
That's
awesome.
great. Yeah.
So the neighborhood house appreciates it.
Yes, for sure.
And,
They
you know.
always, they love it when we come in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, they're good folks.
Yeah, they are.
Should we talk about the bags from the shop too?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Talk about
All right.
those.
So, Shelley, our Made by Elves lady, made special bags for our ladies. This is the Lovelace bag.
No, Ruth Bader
No, sorry,
Ginsburg.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The lace confuses me.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's the Ruth Bader Ginsburg. You know, the lace. This one is Nellie Bly. It's old-timey typewriter keys.
It's cute.
It is cute. I love that one. And this is for Ada Lovelace. It's binary. And you can't see it on the screen, but there are little zeros and ones that are silver in here, and they sparkle just a teeny bit.
Oh, fun.
And although all the binary pouches are gone, and she has no more of that binary material left, there are still little pouches of the Ginsburg and the Nellie Bly, and these are special elf editions of
Cute.
of these bags. So when they're gone, they're gone. She bought enough for what she made, and these pouches are awesome. I have several in my purse, as I attested to earlier. I have probably like 10 pouches of various types in my bag. That's all I carry. All my cards. I carry all my things. Women's supplies.
Oh,
Cards. I got everything.
Are we going there? Women's supplies, really? Whew.
Well, women need supplies.
I'm in menopause, so don't need those supplies anymore.
Yeah, just
Thank
rub
you
that
very much.
right in. Yeah. I am
Right.
almost to menopause, but not quite. So I got that fine place where I get to have my period and I can grow a beard. So yeah, it's awesome.
I love that because, you know, the tweezers and I are good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem
that's so
right
funny.
though. It should be one or the other. If I get to grow a beard, I should not have to have my period. That seems unfair.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's funny. Okay.
And we have these.
Oh, yeah. We also had Daisy Girl make up some special bags for. These are her
What you call it?
No,
No,
what you bags. What you got bags.
What you got bags. Sorry, Sherry.
These are the large size, and I find them the most useful. They're so great for traveling. I think we had these on before. You've got one that you're using
Yes,
right there.
mine's the small size. So you can see the difference.
So they have a little window in them, and anyway,
See what's inside there.
we had her make up some special ones for us. This is some little notebook fabric that we thought would be good for Nellie Bly kind of stuff. We didn't have one for Ruth Bader Ginsburg or one for Ada Lovelace because we couldn't find fabric that we thought was great, but we thought this was nice fabric with knitting needles and yarn, and then I just think this one's so cute with all the little yarn balls.
Yes.
We also had
nice.
another fabric, but it's sold out. So
Almost immediately.
yeah, with knitting tattoos, which we may bring that one back in again because that one sold so well, and I think a couple of us would like that bag as well.
Yes.
Okay, so other things. So I was gonna. I'm trying to find my next knitting project. I mean, it's not like I don't have any projects. I did finish I did finish the sock that I showed you guys, I think, in the first episode. So one sock done.
Yay.
And I'm working on the second one. I don't love socks, so it's not something that I'm gonna plow through. And I will be doing the knit along for the Straith and Drick, which I showed
Last week?
last time.
I think so.
Yeah, because surprisingly, a bunch of people signed up that they're interested, so I'll be doing that. But so I was going through all my projects at home, and first of all, I found a sweater that had like 4 rows in the neck that needed to be done, and this is it. Isn't it
It's
cute?
beautiful.
Unfortunately, there were no yarn labels and no pattern with it. So I just guessed and figured it out. It's way too small for me, so I believe it should have been a pattern sample for the store. But I can't put it up in the store because I don't know what the heck it is.
You know, that's what
I should go through my
Ravelry's good
library.
for.
Yeah, okay. So I love Ravelry. I'm just not very good at putting all my projects on Ravelry. I did go to my projects page, and no, it wasn't there.
I put all my projects on there.
Yeah.
So, and I put who it's for, if it's for the shop.
Yeah,
It's-
I'm better about it this year with my projects because I signed up for the challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think I challenged myself that I would make 20 projects this year, which I think I am going to way surpass because I think I'm already at 10.
Wow, look at you go.
Well, you know, shop hop.
yeah.
You know, I did 2 of those, and yeah. Anyway, so the next thing to do is I guess I'll go through my Ravelry library and see if it's in there. I mean, I know this is Noro Silk Garden. I just don't know which colorway. I believe it might be one of the colorways that they still have. So I'll have to go and see if I can figure out which colorway it is, and then go through my library on Ravelry and see if it's there. If it's not, then I probably have to go through all my magazines in my house. Oh my God. That could take days.
Yeah. You know, I have most of those in my Ravelry library.
Oh, shut up. I love Cecilia. Anyway, before we can do the Straith and Drick knit along, we have to have a few other classes. So the earliest that the Straith and Drick can start is the end of June, and I figure I can get at least a sweater done by then, or a couple of cowls. So anyway, I thought I might ask you guys to help me choose what I should knit. So these are the choices, and you can write in the comments what you think I should knit. And if you write in the comments, you'll get entered into a prize drawing, which, darn it, we forgot to pick what the prize should be again. Okay, well, first of all, before we get into these, I want to say that we chose a winner yesterday, and just in case you're wondering, we use a random number generator. We assign each person a number, and then we do the random number generator, and the winner this time was Cindy Dieters.
Yay, Cindy!
Yay, Cindy! So I will send you, I'll respond to your comment on YouTube, and then we'll figure out how to get, you know, it's you get a pom-pom, and we'll figure out how you get that. So
Yes.
anywho, and this time you have to respond on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel, not on Facebook, not on Ravelry, YouTube channel only. So the if you respond and say what you think I should knit, then you're entered in the contest. So, all right, these are your choices. This is Andrea Mowry's The Shift. It's a cowl that looks kind of like a shawl. 3 different colors. All right, that's one. This is Tweety Stripey. I've been meaning to knit this for years, and I think I know which yarn I'm going to use and everything.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I keep ordering more of that yarn for the store because I keep saying I'm going to knit that, and then I don't.
Then you should do that.
Yeah. This is Batad. So Jane is teaching this as a class, but I kind of want to make one for myself. So there you go.
Is that
and
a
that's
shawl or is that a cowl too?
It's kind of a
Is it
Cowley
Pabst?
poncho thing. Yeah, I know it's not your thing. It's Stephen West. And the final one is number 20 cable embellished top.
Nice.
I know, good name, huh? From the Noro design team, and that's out of Silk Garden Solo. So anyway,
Let me see that one.
you get to
That's
choose.
nice.
You get to choose which one I knit. Let me know soon,
Choose
please.
wisely, young grasshopper.
Yeah. I don't know which one I really want to knit, although this one has been in my queue for a long time. It's at the top of my queue. It just hasn't happened.
Yeah.
So
I signed up for a challenge this year too with the Twin Cities Ravelry group, and it's the Deep Stash 9 challenge.
I love that name. That's great.
Yes, that's because Shane came up with it.
Really?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Our pal Shane came up with that name because she's heavy hitter in that group, I guess. So you're supposed to take 9 projects that are been in your queue for a long time, or whatever patterns you've wanted to do for a long time, and then yarn you've had for more than 5 years, which I have a lot. So I've started one of them, but then I misplaced it, but I found it over the weekend. So yay!
Yay,
So
you.
But now I'm working on this stuff for the shop again.
What stuff for the shop?
Yeah.
Oh.
I am making this sweater for the shop.
That's right.
Right here.
It's cute. What's it called?
It is called Drecho? I don't know.
Derecho.
I don't know. You know, really, just they need to all be called something easy I can pronounce.
But then we'll get way too many that are the same name because,
Anyway.
limited vocabulary.
Yeah. I could come up with things. I could call them all hooligans and
Yeah, we have this
shenanigans.
one yarn company that kind of like this Noro design.
Yeah.
They
they're
call
all like-
things lace cardigan.
Yeah, or
Okay.
lady pullover.
Yeah,
That's always
that's-
my favorite one. Okay, well that's 90% of what you're doing here. So what I'm making this out of is the yarn we showed off in our very first episode, the Noro, make sure I pronounce that, Sonata. And it is a top-down little tee, and it looks like this, which I don't have a whole lot done, but I will say whenever I do top-down things, the collars always look so small, like too big, because I know it's because it's all in there and it's like, wow, that looks really big, but I think it'll be okay. I'm sure it's fine, but it's really nice to knit with. It's very soft and I am enjoying it, and the pattern's dead simple. It's just knits and purls and yarns overs, so
Cool.
even I can do it.
All right.
So, yeah, that's what I'm working on.
All right, the only other, oh, you know, the other thing that we have to talk about real quick, I just heard one of our employees come in to open up the shop, so I think we need to kind of wrap up. We have a couple of new yarns to show you quickly, but also we need to talk briefly about LYS Day.
Coming
So
fast.
this is a new event. It's a way to support your local yarn store, also known as an LYS. And it's gonna be a week from Saturday on the 21st of April. And we'll have a number of special kits that are only available in your local yarn store.
Yes.
And not every yarn store, I mean, we know we have a lot of yarn stores here in the Twin Cities. Not every yarn store will carry the same kits. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what they are. We also have a special, like special colors of hand-dyed yarn and stuff like that. I can't tell you what those things are yet. So look for your email next, a week from Saturday. I'll send it out right away in the morning so you can see what we have here.
There'll be some free patterns from yarn companies.
Right, exactly.
And all sorts of great things.
That day we're going to have social knitting in the store. So come in anytime. We'll just have it open the whole day, 10 to 5.
Yeah.
Just come in whenever you want to. Seating is limited, but you know, we'll try to make room for anybody who shows up.
Yeah,
so,
and we have this nice little area here that I don't think it's used very much, but they're very comfortable chairs. You sit back here, relax.
And then we have our yarn table up at the front, and
so
we have some more chairs in the back if too many people show up. We'll just make it work. So
yeah, we won't turn you away. Yeah. Well, probably not.
Well, yeah.
Depends on how rowdy you are. Don't come in drunk.
Depends on how mean Jane is that day.
Yes, Jane is
just
pretty
joking.
mean.
She's so sweet.
Yeah.
She would never turn anybody away. We have 2 new yarns in the store that just came in. They're both cotton and linen blends. This one is Zoe that I'm holding. The one that Cecilia is holding is Lenova. This is a DK weight. This is a worsted weight. Although I will say it's a thin worsted. I think 5 stitches to the inch. But it'll probably bloom a little bit.
Yeah,
after you
probably.
use it.
It's 74% cotton and 26% linen. But it's very pretty.
Anyway, there you go.
So
those are our 2 newest
summer
yarns.
projects.
I'm trying to think, did we get any hand-dyed yarns in this week?
Nope.
No. We do have, so during the shop hop, we have polka dot sheep here in the store. We have had kits from them, and they sold so well during the shop hop that we're down to just a few kits. I've ordered more. Those have been shipped.
This is one of them. Yeah. It's called Off With Their Heads. And if you see, it's got little hearts, like the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. And there's various, this is Winter Raven, which I think is beautiful. And
we have several colorways of that. And then we have a few, I think there are 5 hat patterns all together in different kits and colorways. Those are back on their way. In addition, we've ordered polka dot sheep's tenderfoot 80/20 fingering weight yarn in their fabulous colorways. So that should be here maybe early next week. I would hope.
Hope so.
Yeah. So I think that's it for today.
Yeah, except for we got to have something to give them.
Oh,
when
yeah,
they make their comments.
Oh. You know, I know something. It's
good.
in my office. You're just going to have to entertain them for a minute.
All right. So, this is the really good part of the show because I get to talk to you. Just us. Actually, no, I don't really have anything to say. I'll just talk about myself. So, I work in the back mostly. I'm the office manager. And so some of you may know me and some of you may not. I occasionally teach classes, not a lot because they make me anxious. But if you come in, and you can always holler back in the back curtain, hey Cecilia, I want to talk to you about something. I order needles and notions. If you have some notion you love, you can come in and show it to me. I can't promise we can get it in because not everything we can get. Some places have rules about how many shops within a certain distance they can sell to, and some of them have, you know, minimums that are just so much we can't really do it. But I will look at anything you have that you love, and if you tell me a good reason why you love it, it might come in here. So, and don't forget to make comments at the Ravelry page, our Ravelry group, because I look at them and, you know,
Yeah,
I
and
read them all.
Elizabeth is kind of handles our Ravelry group these days, and she's constantly putting posts on there, and nobody's responding. So please help her out by responding, because
say something.
she's feeling a little neglected.
Yes.
So anyway, this is going to be the prize. So this is a kit for that lovely shawl. And this is Round Mountain Fingering. We're the only store in Minnesota that carries Round Mountain Fingering. It's a lovely 100% merino yarn. This is her fingering.
Is that her bird stuff?
This is Entomology Club. So this
There's
is
a bird on there.
oh, that does say ornithology. That's funny. But this is entomology, so I think it's based off.
It's a mixture. Birds and bees.
I think it's based off of the color instead of the gray gradients. Anyway, this is her fingering weight yarn. We don't carry any of her other weights, but we love this yarn, and
that's a cool cowl.
Yeah, it's. I don't think it's a cowl.
No,
I think
it's a wrap.
It's a
It's a
wrap.
shawl.
Yeah, like a
Even
shawl.
better.
So yeah, lots of yarn here. So make your comments. This is a great prize.
It is.
See? All right. I really do think that's it for today.
Probably.
So don't forget to like the video. I mean, like our subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's what it is, and make a comment about which project I should knit.
Keep Laura out of jail, please.
Yeah. You notice I didn't put any crochet projects in there. I did crochet that black and white hat that we showed earlier, but I'm not a great crocheter, and it's playoff time for the Wild right now. Go Minnesota Wild, even though they lost last night. But I need knitting to do because I have to watch the game, not my knitting so much. So crochet, I have to really concentrate. Yeah. All right.
Just
so
do what I
anyway.
do, make up your own stitches.
Yeah,
That works out good. I don't know.
All right. Well, thanks, you guys. We'll see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.